Sunrise by Ryan Bingham will be played in standard tuning, and it's in a progression, or the intro is in a progression that ascends out of an A chord. Let me show you the chords first, and then I'll address the strumming pattern that is happening here. The A chord, you will just use your ring finger on the 4-string 2 fret and your pinky finger on the 3-string 2 fret. Everything else should be left open. The second chord will be a B chord. You're going to move your ring and pinky finger up 2 frets so that now they're on the 4th and 3rd strings 4th fret, and you'll put your first finger down on the 5th string 2nd fret. Everything else strum open. The third chord will be a C sharp. Take this B shape and just slide it up 2 frets. So now your first finger is on the 5-string 4 fret, and your ring finger and pinky fingers are holding down the 4 and 3 strings 6 fret. And then the third chord will be an E chord. So take this same shape that we've been using and slide it up so that your first finger is on the 5-string 7 fret. Your ring and pinky fingers are on the 4 and 3-string 9 fret. Let me also talk about this chord right here, because that chord, so I've taken this E shape and we've just moved it all down 1 fret so that your first finger is on the 5-string 6 fret, ring and pinky on the 4 and 3 strings 8 fret. That's the last chord of this progression. Like usually it just ascends from the A to the B to the C sharp to the E and repeats. The last time it ascends A, B, C sharp, and then this kind of atonal sounding D sharp before coming all the way on up to the E, and then it goes into the verse progression, or the verse and chorus progression. It's the same progression for the remainder of the song, and I'll address it in just a moment. The second thing that I want to address about this song, though, is going to be the picking pattern in the intro. It's going to be, for each of these chords in the intro, it will be a strum down and then a pick up across strings 1 and 2, or maybe strings 2 and 3, but it's a down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up feel. Down, up, up, down, up, up. Where you're alternating between the low or the root of whatever the chord is, or maybe even kind of striking the open 6 and the root, and then up, up, either on the open 1 and 2, or the open 1 and 3, or the open 2 and 3. It's really just kind of an alternating of up-picked notes in the higher register of the guitar against whatever lower note you've just hit. So that's something to practice that. And you do that like 3 times per chord before switching. So the A would be down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. And I'm pretty sure that was 4, so I mean 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, and then 1. It's also, if you listen to the picking pattern, it's not quite as straight as what I'm making, and it's not just down, up, up, down, up, up. It's more down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. Which is kind of a strange rhythm to get your hand to do, so you may want to just practice just against muted strings to try to get that feel before putting it over the chords of A to the B. And with each chord change, try to strum through the full breadth of the chords before you get to your up-ups. Because that's how Ryan Bingham gets that kind of full sound. It's a full strum, and then the lighter independent, or the lighter individual picks. Finally, the chords that will operate as the verse and chorus progression for the remainder of the song. The first is going to be, or really I guess sort of the first is this E chord that you resolve the intro up into, but then it goes to this. This chord is a version of an A chord. I've got my first finger on the 4-string 6 fret, the 4-string 7 fret. I've got my ring finger on the 3-string 9 fret, my pinky finger on the 2-string 9 fret, and I'm strumming everything else open, but really wanting to emphasize the open 5-string since this is operating as an A chord. and that's going to be the strumming pattern across this whole section is down, up, down. I'm sorry, up, down, up. I said the exact opposite of what I did. Up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. Up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. And if you put another down after the last up, like up, down, 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 that's fine as well, as long as what you're moving are the chords on the upbeat of. So here's what the chords are, and I just told you this first A chord. The second chord is going to be the E chord from the intro. First finger on the 5 string 7th fret, ring and pinky fingers on the 4 and 3 strings 9th fret. Up, down, up. The third chord of the course is going to be the C sharp chord that we use in the intro. So first finger on the 5 string 4th fret, ring and pinky on 4 and 3 strings 6th fret, and then you'll go to an A chord, the same A chord from the intro, ring and pinky fingers on strings 4 and 3 2nd fret, and then it holds the A and then goes to the B chord from the intro. So first finger on the 2nd fret of the 5 string, ring and pinky on the 4th fret of the 4 and 3 string, and then you'll come up to the C sharp again, and then back to the E, and then back up to the A. Everything else should be left open. So like this whole song has got a droning 6th string, droning 2nd string, and droning 1 string open, with strings 5, 4, and 3 being the ones that are getting fretted. So those are the chords and the movements to Sunrise by Ryan Bingham. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.